Hey guys, Dave with Moniology here. Hope everyone is having a great day. Today is June 21st, 2021. This is the premium preview. We're going to go through the uranium hourly charts. Today was a very, very interesting day, and I wanted to kind of share with the general public a lot of questions on Twitter, and want to share my thoughts broadly speaking, and then we'll dive into a couple of charts here just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. Because I think it's a great just kind of learning experience here. So broadly speaking, I saw what I was looking for, and what I continue to look for is positive divergence on a lower low in uranium prices. And this is different time frames show different things. But what I've seen over the last pretty much 6 months is that uranium, I'd say the vast majority of uranium stocks have been making new highs, but momentum was not confirming those highs, with perhaps rare exception on most of these names. And my general theory is that momentum, as indicated by RSI, leads price basically 99 times out of 100 to the upside and to the downside. And when momentum is not leading, or perhaps when momentum has become too hot, it needs to cool down. And that's what we've been seeing over the last couple of months. So whereas a lot of folks are looking at the recent uranium correction and saying, well, it's just corrected for 2 weeks and it's got ways to go, I'm saying the opposite. It's been correcting for 6 months. And while I have no idea whether the correction is ultimately over, I can tell you only after the fact. Well, what I am looking for are these positive divergences to the when you're bottoming at the lows. You're looking for either a double bottom, similar price points with a higher momentum on the secondary price point, or a lower secondary price point, say for example $10 and $9.50, but $9.50 has a higher momentum than the $10 price point. So anyway, that's kind of what I look at when I think of positive divergences. And so let's dive in here and look at some of these hourly charts. So also what we're looking for is a break of the downtrend. So take a look at URNM here. So the downtrend here was in place since basically June 10th on the hourly chart. Also notice as we hit a new high here at 71, notice where momentum was here versus where it was when we hit that high at 69.75, much higher here versus here. And so just at this time frame, since mid-March, clearly we've been in a downtrend. And you may not think of it. Oh, it is late. Sorry, guys. So anyway, bottom line is the momentum has broken this downtrend. And it's not to say we're going to shoot up in a straight line, but it suggests that this downtrend has ended, and we're perhaps starting a new uptrend. How long it takes, how fast, is anybody's guess, but that's kind of what I'm looking for. Let's take a look at the URA. Same sort of story. Right here, you've got my colors back. I don't know, sometimes they disappear. But bottom line is this is a key development here. It's a sign that this downtrend here has ended. And again, notice this higher high was with a lower point of momentum than this previous high here at 22.89. So just another example here. We take a look at URNM. Let's take a look at Uranium Participation Corp. Here again, look at momentum here versus momentum here at a higher price point. So we broke down, and now momentum is broken out, right? So that's a very, very important factor. ALX, not much to see here right now, just consolidating. Even Anfield had a double top at this 1950 area, but again, momentum, I guess you can say momentum did make either a new high or certainly matched the previous high. So not much you can criticize at that point. It's clearly being accumulated right now, and Anfield looks to me like if it breaks 1950, it becomes a very interesting investment. Right now, it's still a trade, but Anfield should be on your radar. Look at Appia. Made a new high at 122, but momentum was lower on the secondary high, which told you it needed time to cool off. It had run a lot since the break of 74. Now we've got a bullish flag setting up here. I don't yet see any bullishness on RSI. If it breaks this downtrend, then we change our tune. But certainly, this is a very constructive channel, and we'll see when it breaks out of that channel to the upside. Sky Uranium also continues to consolidate. Don't see much here to write home about. Azincourt, same sort of story. Nothing here. Bannerman struggling on this hourly to break above the 50s. So not much to see here. Blue Sky Uranium, very, very close to this 30.9 level. If it breaks to the downside, then I can see Blue Sky really taking another dive lower. With that being said, if it can hold these levels, this is the previous breakout level back in May. And if it can hold these levels, then this could be a good rallying point for Blue Sky. Boss Energy, just a noisy chart right now. So Cameco, okay, so let's take a look at Cameco. Since at 21.95, momentum was here, right? Much lower than when price was at 18. So this period from May all the way to June had negative divergence. And so now that this downtrend, while price has not yet broken out, look at momentum. It's already broken out. And would love to see some confirmation, but it's a very, very good sign for Cameco and uranium at large. Canalaska looks very attractive right now after a correction from 72 all the way to 58. MACDs are certainly circling higher, about to cross zero. And notice how on these lower lows in price, momentum was not confirming. So you had these positive divergences, and then boom, you're going to get a breakout one of these days, and you're going to see a really nice rally. Now, is this the rally that's going to take us back to 52-week highs? Well, that's anybody's guess, but certainly you need to create baby steps to break out of these downtrends. Centrus Energy. So on a weekly chart, this is one of the best looking charts that you're going to see. You've got the rounded bottom, and you look to see like it was ready to break out, but again, negative divergence on the secondary high double top. So now I expect it to find support along these levels around 25.50. But if it cannot hold these RSI levels, then potentially it dips further down. So right now the hourly is not so positive on Centrus. Deep Yellow. Right now looks to me like it's trying to double bottom. MACDs are creating higher highs and higher lows, and so you're not making new lows in momentum. So I think Deep Yellow is very close to a potential breakout. I need to see a break above 58. Denison Mines, very interesting. One of the most highest volume stocks, I think. Highest volume traded uranium miners. Look at this, 150, double top, momentum, didn't make a new high. In fact, both of these tops were negative divergence versus the previous top. So again, pullback happened, and now we tested this level around 120, and so far so good. Is this a bearish flag and we go lower, or is this going to break above 132 and perhaps make a run for those previous highs around 148 to 150? Encore. So Encore was in a pretty slow and steady down spell since 163 here. Could not break these momentum levels around 61.8, and notice that served as a headwind ever since it's tried to do that, and pull back, rightfully so. But notice on these lower lows, momentum was not confirming. So now you've got positive divergence, and Encore to me looks like a very, very strong buy fundamentally, but above 140, this could represent a really nice momentum trade. Energy fuels. Today was a good day for energy fuels. You had positive divergence, did not make the lower low in momentum, and now it's starting to break out. So again, it's hard to tell how far it's going to go and the shape of this move, but certainly energy fuels looks interesting. Base load energy, not much to see here on an hourly chart. Fission 3.0 looks to me potentially to be breaking down, which is not what you want to see. So I would simply, based on this time frame, stay away. Fission Uranium had a really good day today, up 7%, and the downtrend has clearly ended here, and you can see it both in momentum and in price. So Fission is probably one of the better looking stock charts right now, to be sure. Forces Metals continues to consolidate between 85 on the downside and about $1 on the upside, creating lower highs here. So if it doesn't rally, then it risks potentially going lower. Forum Energy. So now we've got a double bottom here at Forum Energy with positive divergence. We're not making a new low. Retesting this area from which we rallied from back in June. And frankly, back in late March. So bottom line is it's a very important level. Now that you're seeing positive divergences, I would love to see a nice, sharp, and crisp move to the upside over the next couple of days. Global Atomic has been getting whacked. Its technicals have been breaking down for a while. Again, bearish divergence to these highs here. And once that 69.1 level could not have been breached around here, down it went, and along with momentum. But I think we're approaching a really good price point around 274. This was the neckline of its own kind of run up bottom here. So bottom line is, if you like the name, represents a very good and attractive opportunity. GoVX, so had a nice hammer pattern to close the day. Still hovering just below 30.9. And you need to break above that level. So I'd love to see for GoVX to break above 26 and soon for it to perhaps start the baby steps for an uptrend. ISO Energy was one of the leaders for a while, breaking the downtrend, breaking above 50 RSI. Very, very positive price action. Kazatomprom, well, I've said before that this kind of barometer right now, it's in pretty bearish territory. The MACDs look like they're ready to cross, so potentially this does break back above the 30.9 level, you're going to see a really nice move. Laramide Resources, well, it's setting up for potential breakout of the 50 level. However, if it cannot break it, then Laramide will likely move lower. Lightbridge, I'm not really seeing much here. Mega Uranium had a pretty poor candle here, and looks to me like it's headed towards 22 cents to the downside, especially if it's below 29. I expect to see lower prices just in the near term here towards that 22 cent level. NextGen. So NextGen had a great day, rounded bottom here on the short term, breaking out. Downtrend has ended, and oops, not NextGen. That is Paladin. Where did NextGen go? All right. Well, NextGen had a great day as well. You've got to kind of have a similar pattern, rounded bottom. Hasn't yet broken out. It has broken out above these moving averages, but I want to see it break above 50 RSI tomorrow to confirm. If that happens, then again, starting a new uptrend, perhaps something like this. Paladin looks pretty attractive right here. If this can break back above 39, I think this is going to make a sharp move higher. Momentum is starting to, batteries have been refueled, and I think Paladin and many of these other names are ready to go. PurePoint, not looking good right now. The only thing you can say is potentially a double bottom with positive divergence, where the secondary low is not confirmed a new low in momentum. Sky Harbor, so again, 3 consecutive points between 56 and 60, but momentum was substantially lower along most of them. Now retested that neckline, and I think this is a great area to potentially add. Now you've also got positive divergence, so Basically a double bottom around 46 cents to this previous 47-cent levels, but it's not making a new low, and that's very, very important as it's setting up for a potential move higher. STND Uranium, nothing to see. Texas Mineral, I would say this, it's consolidating here. You've got a double bottom, and momentum is starting to creep up higher. So if it can break above 210, I think you can get a really nice rally in Texas Mineral. UEX Corp, it's been hit for a little bit, and it's rallied and fallen back, rallied and so on. Based on the JCU deal, looks to me like that's a done deal finally. Didn't get the entirety of what they wanted. But the pullback here is at a good spot. I think I would be buying if I didn't own already on the boatload. If this breaks 40 to 41 cents, I think you're looking at least at 48 cents. Notice momentum has already broken out, and MACDs are setting up nicely. Your energy, so finding support at that 38.2 level. Previous support levels were here, here, and here, and so I think that URG is setting up really nicely for a move higher. Uranium Energy Corp, not liking what I'm seeing here. URC Uranium Royalty Corp. So even as price was going down, it started to break out here, and that's a really good sign that this particular name is potentially back after pretty nasty pullback off the highs back in March, all the way down to 275. That's a close to 50% decline. All right, Western Uranium pulled back some today towards that neckline around 2.9. If that level can hold, perhaps build another base, and then I could see it taking off higher. So that's it, guys, for this video. I tried to keep it relatively short, particularly since it's extremely late, but I did promise tonight, and I tried to keep my word, even though I am falling over here. But bottom line is, we'll see what tomorrow brings. I want to see some follow through and some conviction on some of these names. What's good about what happened today, and I see this with the precious metal sector as well, is a lot of these stocks broke below the 50 RSI level last week. And so a rally today brought us back above, most likely back above the 50 RSI level for a lot of these names. So again, baby steps. Now, if you can get some momentum, then you can really start pushing forward towards new 52-week highs. So really appreciate all your support. If you haven't already done so, check out our page at patreon.com/Moniology. You can get all our cart videos, and of course you can check us out at Moniology.com. Even though we just haven't had a chance to update our website in terms of the static pages, there's still a lot of great resources, and that's where you can sign up to the premium service, and all your support to all the premium members. We so greatly appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Have a great day tomorrow. All the best.